Alright, what is up? Welcome to Tech's first official YouTube video tutorial brought to you by the CEO of Tech, Brady Shively. Before we get started on making this app, I wanted you guys to be aware of my social media accounts. I got Twitter at Tech, and then my website. That's where I post all my blogs and my video tutorials, and then I'm also on LinkedIn as well. And yeah, my name is Brady Shively, and I put UNI student next to here just so it'd be easier for you guys to find me. You'll see UNI student in my profile on LinkedIn. Alright, so let's get started in Visual Studio. Okay, so today I just want to basically show you guys how to create a really simple payroll application in Visual Basic. It's a really good starter app, and as you see here, I already created the user interface, and the reason I did that is just to save time, and I mean it's super easy, so I didn't really think it was worth showing you guys. I mean, all you gotta do is drag and drop a label on there and give it a name and such. So we'll just move on straight to the code. Alright, so let's get started on that. So I laid this code out into I put some comments in here, kind of give us a layout of what we're going to do today. So first we're going to create some variables, and then we need to convert the strings to integers, and then we'll write our business logic, and then we'll display our values into the fields on here. So I mean, and then just explain you guys how this works before we actually code it. Is you basically just type your hours worked in here, your hourly rate, and then when you push calculate, your regular pay goes into this label, and then your overtime pay, if it's over 40 hours, will go into this one, and then the total pay is just the regular pay plus, or the regular pay plus the overtime pay. So, alright, so let's get started. So, we're going to put most of our code into this BT and calculate / click, and it's basically what this is a click event. So, all this is saying is when you click the button calculate, you want this to happen. So say if I have 10 hours worked here in an hourly rate of say 10 hours worked an hourly rate of like $10. If I push calculate, then 100 would go right into this regular pay right here. So most of our code will go into here, but we're also going to code the clear button, which just clears the form, and then also the exit, which just closes the application when it's running. Alright, so let's get started with creating the variable. So basically what you want to do here is you honestly want to create a variable for almost every field in this form. So we'll create an hours worked variable, an hourly rate variable, a regular pay variable, an overtime pay variable, and then also a total pay. And then a few more I'll show you guys. And if you don't know what variables are, they're basically just things that store data. And there's tons of data types you can use, integer, decimal, strings. I mean, there's tons. So, but mainly today we're going to use integer because those are numbers, and I mean we're working with numbers here. So, all right. So let's get started. I'm going to write out this first statement and I'll explain it a little bit. So I'm going to do dim pay rate as integer. Alright, so what I did here was I just declared an integer variable named pay rate, and this dim statement right here is basically, so there's a couple different statements you can use in Visual Basic and C#, and a dim statement is what we call a procedural level variable, which means that you can only use it inside this BT and like this right here. This like little sub BT and calculate / click. So if I tried to use it outside or in like a different event, I wouldn't be able to do it. But if I did want to use, and then say if I wanted a variable that I could use throughout the whole application, I could declare it as a public, or I'll just do public integer as integer. I could use this throughout the whole application if I wanted to, but the dim statement is just has procedural level, which just means that you can just use it right in this procedure right here. So just the VT and calculate. All right, so now I'm going to create a few more dim hours as integer. Also do dim regular pay as integer right, and then I'm also going to do, actually I'll just wait on that. Okay, so these are our variables, and like I said, these are what's going to store our information. You know, I kind of like to follow a layout, so this is why I have these comments in here. It just kind of helps you like organize your code for one thing, and then also, you know, helps you read it a lot better too. Okay, so now we're going to move on into converting strings to integers, and let me go back to the form and kind of explain what I mean by that. So when you insert, so say I want to insert 10 here in this hours worked, when you insert 10 in there, it's actually a string. So say if I put 10 here, it's just a string. So, and you can't use a string when you're, you know, you have to convert it to an integer. Alright, so let me just let me write out a statement and I'll explain it to you guys. So what we're going to do is integer that try parse, and we're going to use text hourly rate. Yeah, actually, let me look here for a second here. Hours worked. Hours worked dot text, and we're going to do hours. Alright, so what I was saying earlier is kind of confusing. This should kind of simplify it for you guys. So basically, so this control is called text. As you see here, the name is text hours worked. So anything I insert into here, so say I put 10 in here, this try parse method converts the string, which this is a string right now, to an integer, and then it stores it in my hours variable. So basically you could say if I put 10 in here right now, hours is 10. And then we're also going to have to do that for the other one, which is this hourly rate, which is txt hourly rate. So if I do integer try parse txt hourly rate, excuse me, and we'll store that in the pay rate variable that we made up here. Alright, so now we got our so our strings converted to integers, and actually let me, so there's a bunch of different methods to do this. Some people will use, you know, something like this. They'll do hours is equals to convert that to, you know, integer 32, and then they'll do, you know, text hourly rate dot text. And that is, I mean, this is just fine too. So basically all this is saying is, you know, whatever is in the hour, or whatever is in this, you know, the hourly rate text box, convert it to an integer and then store it in the hours variable. So I mean, both of these are fine. They basically do the same thing, the try parse and the convert to integer 32 method, but I'm just going to use the try parse for this example. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the logic behind our application. So what I mean by that is basically I'm gonna you know, say the regular pay is hours worked times hourly rate. So here, let me do this real quick. So the regular pay, which my variable up here is equal to the hours worked, or so hours times the pay rate. Alright, so we have, so basically what that does is if the hours is 10 and the hourly rate is 10, then it stores 100 in our regular pay variable. So, and then at the end I'll show you guys how to actually display, you know, the values into these labels right here, but for right now we're just, bear with me. Okay, so next is, so we want to calculate overtime, and overtime, as you guys know, is anything over 40 hours. So we're going to do an if statement. So if the hours worked, so if the number in here is if the number in here is greater than 40, then overtime pay. So an if statement, if statements are pretty easy to, understand. I'm sure you guys can interpret this, but it's just saying if the hours worked is greater than 40, then this is where your logic goes. This is where you tell what basically your if statement what to do. So I'm going to do overtime is equal to hours, which is, I'm going to make another variable real quick. Just give me 1 second and I'll tell you why I'm doing it. So I'm going to do 40 hours as an integer equal to 40. Alright, so I might have to let's do full hours or something. Alright, so basically what this is doing, so you can have a value, you can actually attach a value to a variable. You don't have to leave it blank. So basically what all this is doing is putting 40 hours in the full, a full work week. So, and I'm doing that just because it's better to store information in variables, because it makes it, if you want to go look, it's just good practice. So if you want to look back at an application or, change it a little bit, it's easier to change a variable than, changing every single number within the application. So right now, we're going to try to calculate overtime pay. So if the hours are greater than 40, then overtime pay is equal to hours minus the full hours, which is 40, times the pay rate that we put in here, or the hourly rate right here, times 1.5. Alright, so basically, so I'm sure you guys can read this, but what this is saying is, so if it's greater than 40, so say we have 45 in our hours worked. So it basically 45 minus the full hours, which the full hours is 40, is equal to 5, times the pay rate times 1.5, which 1.5 is the standard overtime rate, basically times 1.5 of your hourly rate. So basically saying, say if we have 45, so 45 minus 45 times your pay rate, so say it's $10 an hour times 1.5, so 40 times 15. So basically we're storing the overtime information in this overtime pay variable. And then also what we want to do is put the regular pay is equal to the full hours times the pay rate. And why we want to do that is because if we didn't do that, and we put 41 hours in here, it would still calculate, say we had 41 and 10 in here, so it would be $410 in regular pay, but that wouldn't be right because $10 of it should be in the overtime pay. Okay, so alright, and then finally we want to do our total pay variable, which is equal to regular pay plus the overtime pay. And then, alright, so here's our logic behind it, and I'm hoping, if this is confusing you guys and you've never worked before, I'm hoping that when you guys see this application working, it's gonna make it, it's not very hard, so just bear with me for a second. Okay, so now we want to display the values, and so to display the values in these specific fields, we're going to have to look at the name of the field. So I named this one LBL regular pay. So let me write out one and I will show you how this works. So LBL regular pay dot text is equal to the regular pay variable dot to string. Okay, so basically what we're saying is this regular pay control, which is a label, is equal to the the information that we stored in the regular pay variable. And I mean that's pretty easy to interpret, but what we need to do right here, the to string, is how we actually get it to show like the actual numbers in the field. You have to put everything to string if you actually want to show it in your application. So let's do that for the rest of them too. So LBL overtime pay dot text is equal to overtime pay dot to string. and then as well as the LBL total pay dot text. And let me make sure I'm getting the right names here, these fields. Okay, yep, LBL total pay and LBL overtime pay dot text is equal to total pay dot to string. Alright, so this should store all our information into these fields right here, and we should have a we should have a working application. But just so I can close it, let me do this exit button real quick too. So once again, we're going to do a click event for this exit. So if you should double click it on the design or the form, it's going to take you right to this BTN exit click event. And then all you have to do to close the application is just really simple code. You just put me.close and then the parentheses, and then so this is just if I want to close it by pushing exit, I can. So I mean, it gives the application a way to exit basically. And actually, while we're at it, we might as well do the clear too. And so with this clear button, we basically want to clear all the values in these labels basically. So we will do LBL total pay. So we'll just go from top to bottom here. Just make sure we get all of them. Dot text is equal to string dot empty. So basically just saying that get rid of the string with inside the label, so it'll clear it. And then you do LBL dot regular overtime pay dot text is equal to string dot empty. Alright, and then we'll do LBL regular pay dot text is equal to string dot empty. Alright, so those three blocks of code right here will clear these three controls, and we also have to clear the stuff out of the text boxes, and it's just the same exact thing. txt hourly rate dot text is equal to string dot empty, and there's a number of different. You can also do this txt hours worked dot text is equal to, you could do that, and it's actually, that is the same thing as string dot empty, because when you're writing a string in your code, you will actually do it inside these little quotes right here. So this is basically the same thing as saying string dot empty. But say so if I put my name Brady in here, and if I hit the clear button, the name Brady would show up in the hours worked thing. But I mean, we don't want that, so we'll just do a string dot empty to keep it consistent. String dot empty. All right, so I will go through this code again because I know I can. I am in college, so I'm not a full-on expert here. So, but I'm pretty sure this application is going to work. And if it doesn't, well, I don't know. Don't make fun of me or something. So let's see how it goes. All right, so let's just test out a couple of times. So if I say 10 hours worked and 10 hourly rate, and I push calculate. Yep. All right. So the regular pay is $100, as you see here, and the overtime is 0 because I only worked 10 hours. And the total pay is the regular pay plus the overtime pay, which is 100 in this case. So let's clear the form. So all these cleared. Now let's try to do one with overtime. So if I did 41 and 10, so we know that he had 1 hour of overtime here. So yep, this worked too. So he had regular pay was $400, and then the overtime pay would have been 15 because he had 1 hour over 40, and it's 1.5 times the hourly rate. So the overtime pay is stored separate right here, and then the total pay will be the regular pay plus the overtime pay. So we have a working application, which is good. So I'm actually pretty impressed with myself. I got this first try. So alright, so now let's clear it again so that works, and then exit. So that closes the application down. So, and then just to start it back up, you can push this start right here, you can push F5, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so let's kind of review what we just did here and what I kind of taught you guys. So, this is, this is kind of geared towards beginners, or, beginners but maybe have a little experience. This is a really simple application in VB. I chose this for my first one because VB is pretty, simple and straightforward to understand logically. And so basically we, create the variables. And then again, variables are where we store, information or, store data types and such. And then we converted the strings to integers, which you have to do if you are, getting information, from your users. You have to convert them. So that's a really good rule of thumb, actually, I want to point out. So if you have like a text box, and you want your users, so say it's like a form and you want your users to insert information, you're almost going to always have to do that. This integer.try_parse, because you're going to have to convert it from what the user inputted, which is a string, to an integer that stores it in your variable. And then we have our logic, and then logic's pretty. So the regular pay is hours times the pay rate, and then if hours, what we put in here, the hours worked is greater than 40, then it's overtime. Then we have our overtime statement right here, and then we end the if. Actually, I didn't point this out, I'm sorry. And so when you're doing an if statement, you always have to have an if, or an if, then and an end if. So what you do not, optional is an else. So an else statement is basically saying if the hours are greater than 40, then this, but if it's not greater than 40, you could put that right here. So technically I could put, this right here and actually make it one a little more condensed. It actually makes more sense. I should have done it in the beginning, so that's my bad. But so what this little block of code says right here is if the hours are greater than 40, then the regular pay is equal to the overtime pay, and then the regular pay is just the 40 times the pay rate. Else, if it's less than 40, then it's just regular pay. So then it's just hours times the pay rate. So, and then obviously here we display the values, and like I said, you have to, in order to display values, you have to put them into strings. So we set the text, so we set this LBL.text, LBL regular pay, if you see the name up here, .text is equal to regular pay .string. So we set this control equal to this variable. And then we did that for these two as well. And then, the close, that's pretty, just me.close will close the application. I'm sure there's 100 different ways to do that as well, but this is the one I always use. And then also, here's the BTN clear click event. Yeah, the X was a click event as well, but so we're setting all these text boxes, so all our controls, all these right here, to 0 to basically, clear the form. And well, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm sure, so this is my first video, so I'm sure I will get better at this over time. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you thought this was helpful, and I will be making, and the biggest thing, I was gonna actually start doing videos, maybe just like trying to teach you guys like code, like through a PowerPoint, or just kind of show you examples. But honestly, the best way to learn this stuff is to just do it. So you can study all the textbooks you want. You can learn. You can review code. But if you're not actually doing this stuff in Visual Studio, you're not really going to learn it. So most of my stuff on my channel will just be examples like this. So but I think honestly examples are the best way you can learn. So well, thanks guys, and I hope you enjoyed that first video, and more will be coming.